viewer asked me to make this video. This is part 1 of the Mode Air Door Actuator replacement on my 2014 Dodge Avenger. Links for tools and parts used in this video can be found in the description. Alright, I've got to remove the glove box to get access to the Mode Air Door Actuator. And I'll open that first. Then I'm going to squeeze both sides of the glove box so I can lower it down, because there's catches on both sides. When I push in on the sides, then that allows the catches to clear the side framing in the dash, and I can lower the glove box. The next step is going to be to remove this little elastic cord. Oh, there, it's right there. Okay, that is released. The little elastic cord, and it'll just be pulled back up into the dash. We'll look at that in a moment. Now, I can just pull the glove box toward me. The legs are going to be in the way a little bit here. Just pull it out like that. Doesn't take a lot of force. Get that thing out of there. Okay, good. All right, let's take a look at this air door actuator of interest. So here is the mode switch. I'll be turning that to try to get this Mode Air Door Actuator to make some noise. Let's see if I can get it to act up. It's intermittent. It's going through its range. I'm moving the mode dial for each one of the different modes. While it is noisy, it's working at this moment. It does make the clicking sound from time to time. Okay, here we're looking at the air door actuator, and this is a aftermarket Dorman. Anyway, pulling the thing out of the box, it looks like this. There is a splined shaft here, and notice that there is one spline missing right here, and there's an arrow stamped in the plastic here that points to that missing spline, and that's how it's supposed to be shipped, or how it's supposed to be when you take it out of the box. Now, if this thing is not in that position, it's possible to rotate it around. Don't force it by hand. There's too much reduction gearing going on there. If you try to force it, it'll just break it, potentially, internally. The solution to that is to I wrapped some 22 gauge single strand copper wire around a large paper clip, small paper clip shown for comparison. Connect these two little wires to those terminals. There's 2 terminals on this device. Here's one of them. Whoops. Okay, I got one. And there's the other. Okay, good. Now, alright, I'm going to tape those in place so they will pop off. It's got some painter's tape on that. It's a simple permanent magnet DC motor. It just takes DC battery voltage to make it rotate. In this case, I'm using a 9-volt battery to bring that back to the position where it's supposed to be. And this thing will just rotate indefinitely as long as the battery voltage is applied. It does not have any internal stops. If you apply the battery polarity in the opposite direction, it just spins in the opposite direction. So this thing's ready to be installed. All right, the first thing I'm going to do here is to remove the battery negative terminal, which goes to the chassis of the car, which is this. Here's the negative battery terminal here, which goes down to the battery. It's in the fender on the driver's side. This is a 15mm bolt. And there's an insulator right here. This thing free that you can just put on that like that to make sure that it doesn't get reconnected. I'm just going to snug that just a wee bit. The reason that I'm doing this, there are two reasons. One is that I do not want power applied to the air door actuator until I've got the new air door actuator bolted into the car. And the second reason is that there's an airbag down there somewhere and I don't want to accidentally trigger it while I'm working down there. So also going to wait about 10 minutes before I begin work so that any charge that's left on the capacitors on the electronics in the car can drain off. Okay, here's the air door actuator right there, and let's see what kind of fasteners these are. I think I feel flats, so it looks like I'm guessing I can use a hex socket to get this undone. Now there's two fasteners. There's one here right there, and then the other one is right there. Is that right? Oh man, it's back there. Right there. I can just back it off by hand now. All right, got it. There it is. One screw. Great. Now for the other one, which is back here, and oh, okay, there it is on the screen. Right there. Wow, it's just tight. Okay, I'm working on the bottom one now. Wow. It's 8mm, by the way, at least on my car. It is tight. I gotta tell you, it's tight. I'm gonna have to turn the camera off for this. I cannot do both. Okay. I'm going to remove the connector. There is, I'm pushing on this little cantilever tab with my finger and I'm just rocking it back and forth and it comes out. So I pushed on this little cantilever here to unlock and just wiggled it back and forth and got it to slide out of the air door actuator. This concludes part 1, and if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe and hit that bell button to be notified when I drop new videos.